Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast.
Have you ever asked yourself, where are they now? Well, here in Florida, in the southeast of the state, at St. Thomas University, we have a celebrity. Yes, it's true. In the well-known movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there is a part called Football Jock, who, if you will remember the scene from the movie, at one point, when doing his oral presentation of history, couldn't remember anything about the subject of which he was speaking, and so he simply distracted the audience by saying, "Send Demas high school football rules," and pumped his hand into the air as much as he possibly could, and the audience, being loyal fans, raised their hands as much as they could to cheer for their beloved San Demas high school football. Now, if you will recall the movie, later after that, Bill and Ted arrived and successfully completed their history project, thus securing the future. Well, this isn't about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This is about that minor character named Meathead. Yes, it's true. Coach Meathead has now become the president of a major, tiny Catholic university called St. Thomas here in southeast Florida. Meathead was hired by the board out of thousands of applicants, not because of his academic qualifications, not because of his grand vision for how we would turn St. Thomas into the most prestigious Catholic university in America. No, it was chop, 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 and football. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Meathead, as a former member of the San Demas high school football team, who later on went to play college football, and later on went to become the administrator of a college you've never heard of, began his pitch to the board by saying that football was the salvation for the otherwise flagging St. Thomas University. And so, upon arrival, aside from slowly but surely chop, 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 chopping the English department, chop, 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 chop the theology department, chop, 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 chop. All of the things that make the university are chop, 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 chop. But it doesn't matter, because St. Thomas University is going to have football! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard of AAA college football, you've heard of A college football, well, now you've heard of Z, the Z League, for all the colleges that you've never heard of before. Well, folks, you've heard of the Invisible College. Now the Invisible Smooper Small College will become academic rivals with St. Thomas University. Yes, the well-known, yet non-existent, yet as of yet tradition every year where all 5 students from both universities get together and cheer on their team. The mascot for the St. Thomas University team has not yet been determined, but among the which are the gnats, the fleas, the E. coli, or another name that has been submitted for consideration is the woolly mammoth, primarily because it is extinct and all of them are dead. In this dark hour in which the formerly prestigious academic university of St. Thomas is being threatened with football, there is only one man who will stand up to Coach Meathead. Oh, no! It is Larry Treadmill the Fourth. Larry Treadmill does not like football. Everyone at the university is suddenly finding football to be amazing. Oh, please don't cut us, Coach Meathead. We think football's the best. But one man will stand up to Coach Meathead. Larry Treadmill the Fourth.
So dreamy.
An epic battle between incompetence versus inadequacy. Coach Meathead in one corner, with actual athletic ability and tactical understanding of how to cut a budget, but no strategic vision whatsoever. And in the other, we have Larry Treadmill the Fourth,
You're so
who has no athletic ability, no strategic vision, and no tactical ability whatsoever. Larry Treadmill does have one secret weapon, however. 3 barely adequate employees who all dress the same, look the same, and are a sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen,
Never, Larry.
but for some reason does not because the HR department really likes Larry. Or maybe it's possible that Larry's life is a lawyer and therefore will sue their pants off if they do anything to Larry, no matter what evidence is presented to Larry whatsoever. All right, folks. It's round 1. Well, that was anticlimactic. Coach Meathead has completely clobbered Larry Treadmill the Fourth. Well, it looks like St. Thomas University is going to become St. Thomas Academy of Football. That's right, you heard it here, folks. The most prestigious university solely for football in the entire country that you've never heard of before, and the Z-League, will be at your office sometime never.
This has been the Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast.
Buy my friend's book, Shadow Path by William Maxwell, available on Amazon.com.
Copyright
For this podcast,
2018. Red Anvil Amalgamated, LLC.
to fight the forces of evil!